Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the second hour of News and Views right here on Salam Media. The time is just gone 7 after 9 o'clock. And we're now going to be joined by Nawid Mohammed. He is the development team lead for IRSA in Cape Town, Fund Development Team Lead. And of course, IRSA is Islamic Relief South Africa. Assalamu alaikum to you, Nawid. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you and all the listeners. How's everybody doing today?
With your du'as, alhamdulillah, I don't even think I should be asking how you guys doing in the Western Cape. Given the disaster that you guys are undergoing there, it is truly very, very sad. And we hope and pray that we see an end in sight. Having said that, what is the current situation on the ground in Cape Town due to the recent severe weather?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So look, as the media has all covered it over the last week, there's been heavy torrential rain, gale force winds and floods with severe damage in several regions across the Western Cape. So most of the affected areas that we're seeing are the informal settlements with over thousands of homes damaged. So the latest numbers that we've got is there's close to 30,000 dwellings in both informal settlements and suburbs that have been affected. There's over 70 neighborhoods that have experienced flooding, and there were at least 50,000 people that have been affected, with countless more displaced and homeless. So the situation is very critical. It remains critical, and it's increasing by the hour. You know, the flood and affected families are in dire need of assistance.
Mm. And as we are also being warned by the weather services that there seems to be more rain coming your way. I haven't looked at the latest weather update, but I do know on the weekend there were two more cold fronts, expected to make landfall. And we do know that in the Western Cape's, in your situation in the Western Cape, that invariably brings lots of rain. And you've had more than your fair share of rain, very especially since very many of the areas are flood prone or already very badly affected by the floods.
That is true, and alhamdulillah, we are grateful and we shukr for the rain, especially after, we haven't had much rainfall in the last, we've had a day zero a couple of years ago. But, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to just at least, if it is going to rain, at least, give us the strength to be able to see to those in need so that we can ensure that they receive the care that they require. I mean, it's one thing about the rain and the floods and taking care of the direct needs now, but what comes after this is equally, if not more important, and that is going to be providing supplies to ensure that the homes are able to be rebuilt. That is where the biggest challenge is going to lie after this.
And you've just actually preempted my next question, and that is you've given quite a high number of people whose homes have been possibly totally destroyed and is not habitable at the moment. So the needs are huge because it's not only giving out food parcels and making sure that the people, can survive on the food that is handed out to them. I think there's a huge need to help people rebuild their homes and rebuild their homes in such a way that they're not affected should we experience floods again.
You see, the challenge that we're facing at the moment is that a lot of these informal settlements are being built on areas that are prone to be waterlogged. So some of the areas that we were in the last week, and particularly over the weekend, I mean, the floods are almost knee deep high. So, I mean, if yourself and the listeners can put this into like this, I mean, you have an informal dwelling that's built of metal plates that's on the ground, and you have knee deep. So all the whatever they have in their homes are pretty much damp and moist and wet. It's soaked in water. So whatever appliances that they were able to, save up and purchase over the years, those things are all damaged. Your blankets, your mattresses, everything is just soaked. So we're really trying our best to ensure that for now we were able to see to the direct needs, which is your blankets, your mattresses, and your food. And we're also trying to provide as many sandbags as possible to those who, so they can, once the floods subside, they can at least put the sandbags around their home to try and prevent the water from entering their homes. But at the moment, the teams are really assessing now, and we're already in the planning phase of what comes next. Once the floods and the rains subside, we now need to start looking at exactly what I said now, what comes next, what needs to be provided on the ground, because we can't delay in this. It's people's lives at the end of the day. People have dignity, and at the end of the day, nobody wants to live in such conditions.
So now we are also hearing, I remember having done an interview previously with a government official in another area of the country where they too were hit by floods. And the
Mhm.
response was that people are building their homes very close to waterways, despite government and local government officials warning people to be circumspect when they put up their dwellings. Do you find it's a similar situation there? Is it a situation of people being so desperate to find a place to live that they don't even give it a thought that they're building a shack or an informal dwelling very close to a waterway or a river or whatever it might be? And when the rains do come, then they are very, very hard hit. They lose absolutely everything that they've worked so hard for.
Yeah, absolutely. We're experiencing a very similar thing within the Western Cape region. However, at the end of the day, if you're somebody that you are homeless and you're looking for a place to live, at the end of the day, I think, I put myself in that situation. You're likely going to take any space that you can get. Whether it's right or wrong, or where they should be building, or if they should be building, I think, now's not the time for that conversation. But definitely, if it's desperation. At the end of the day, the need for homes is great. And I think, the only sustainable solution to this is that government can ramp up the supply of homes, brick and mortar homes, then inshallah we can try and at least minimize this impact.
Absolutely. So now how's Islamic Relief responding to the storm crisis in the Cape, in the Western Cape?
Look, alhamdulillah, our teams are actively on the ground, have been since last week already, providing the necessary aid. We are coordinating with Cape Town's disaster risk management team, and we're taking directive from them, especially from where the most needed areas are affected. And, we're also working alongside other relief organizations to ensure that, we can get enough coverage everywhere, that everybody gets something. So at the moment, we are providing hot meal sandbags, mattresses, blankets, water. And, this is just to ensure that the affected families have something warm to eat, and that they have blankets and things to carry on in the meantime. At the moment, we've distributed over 18,000 meals, alhamdulillah, and supported over 7,000 people. So, like I said, we are busy with the ongoing planning to ensure that, what comes next after this, which is the rebuilding phase, that we are adequately, that we are ready for it.
So, what are the needs on the ground, and how can people and public support, the public support Islamic Relief's disaster response efforts in the Western Cape?
So there's many needs which vary from community to community. So like I said, we're offering meals to every community we attend and providing the mattresses, blankets, drinking water. But we really call on our local community to support our efforts, by donating to our local emergency response, which will really enable us to support affected families across the Western Cape. So some of the needs are, like I've mentioned before, it's food and water, baby clothes, blankets, formula, adult blankets, mattresses, sandbags. And, we really, alhamdulillah, I must say that, our South African community really supports our global initiatives. And we're really calling once again on our South African community to support our local efforts here now, and to ensure that we can take care of as many people as possible. So communities are encouraged to, get involved if you are not able to donate in monetary or you don't have any items to donate to us, if you're available to maybe come and volunteer and assist us, it's an all hands on deck situation at the moment. But if you do have any items that you would like to drop off, they can drop it off at our offices. Any non-perishable food items, clothes, essential items, and that is at 396 Imam Harun Road in Landsland, Cape Town.
Continue doing the amazing work, Islamic Relief South Africa, and keep safe all of you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide and protect you all and accept all your efforts. Thank you for talking with us, and thank you for the great work you guys are doing. Jazakallah and Assalamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It is 17 after 9 o'clock. This is News and Views on Salam Media. Still to come on the program, we are going to be talking to Molifi Chabalala, a political analyst, to talk to us about the key priorities of the 7th administration, and of course by the Gauteng Province MEC for Finance and Economic Development. We'll also talk with Zaid Hamid, a Pakistani commentator, regarding support of Afghan Taliban to the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan TTP party. And certain quarters are suggesting it's a terrorist organization, and it's also a dangerous rise of urban terrorism in Pakistan. So we're going to look at that story. I think it's a very important story. And just a reminder that this hour of News and Views is sponsored by Africa Muslims Agency. Africa Muslim Agency, a beacon of hope to communities for over 35 years in Africa and beyond. And another reminder that we will be taking a listen to our Fired Up series with Hafiz Imran Chinara, personal excellence mentor and CEO of Africa Muslim Agencies.